Poverty is one of those lingering issues that has plagued the United States since its conception. Today, it affects millions and is widely ignored in everyday life and discussion. The less fortunate are unable to afford basic necessities such as food, clothes, and healthcare. Meanwhile, the Senate has failed and has been failing at assisting those who are desperate to survive. Rather, they have been brought out by lobbyists who sway politicians for their own personal gain and interests. This results in the same old phrase that you have been hearing: the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer. The issue of poverty isn't just an economic one, it's also a moral issue. There are many ways we can help reduce the psychological and economical impact on the poor. One key way is to pass legislation for free healthcare and medical care for all. Obamacare was an attempt at this, however, it severely failed, creating more problems than it solved. Many people's insurance became unaffordable. The cost of medicine and seeing your doctor skyrocketed. A homeless man who barely makes $10,000 a year would never be able to afford these things. And if they did pay, they wouldn't be able to afford food or anything else. To amend the effects of Obamacare and bring healthcare to the masses for no cost to them, two branches of government will be at the people's mercy. The legislative branch will need to establish that the government will be paying for everyone's healthcare, and the executive branch will need to improve these rules and regulations. We should push our elected officials to achieve this for a variety of reasons. One is to demonstrate to other countries that such a feat is possible, one that our neighbor Canada has been able to do. The other case for doing so is from a moral point of view. As many impoverished people cannot afford healthcare, they aren't focused on whether or not they could pay for it. They're focused on surviving. One person has said, in the case of Medicare, millions of Americans aged 65 and older were given access to healthcare overnight. The new law went far beyond ensuring the uninsured elderly. It reduced poverty by lifting crushing medical debt from their shoulders of America's seniors and their families. This happened during Lyndon B. Johnson's War on Poverty, which proves that we can have something like this, even better, which is free medical care. Some states are already combating poverty by raising the minimum wage in their state above the federal minimum wage. The federal minimum wage is $7.25. However, blue-collar workers such as chefs, deli owners, people who hustle for the pay, not just sit in a cubicle from 9 to 5, would never be able to make ends meet with that wage. However, California combated this by raising its minimum wage to $15 for all industries. They were the first state to do so. Other states should follow suit. In order for workers to provide for themselves and their families with the necessities vital to living a normal life, such as bringing food to the table and living in proper living conditions, this safety net would ensure people would not have to worry about where their next source of income will come from. The legislative branch would be responsible in raising the wage, as it will benefit the poor nationwide. And this is why I encourage you to write to your local lawmakers, senators, and representatives to bring forth this issue in their jurisdictions, as every step and every letter or email will help further the cause of ending poverty.